Blessings, my viewers, and welcome back to the channel. Watch, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell if you're new to the channel, Remember, the more you like the video, the more you to recommend it among its algorithm. So, yeah, man, do the right thing, my viewers, by liking the video. Not only like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we review of new video. So, viewers, this morning, we all about the Clangz trial. Yeah, man, the Clangz trial been eating up. It's been drawing near to the end. Yeah, man, we see Sykes kind of changing mind on certain things. Not only letting go accused, but also convicting accused. So, end of Clangz trial in sight. Black man convicted. Re 3 more deaths. The legal woes of the alleged leader of the one-done faction of the Klangsman gang, Andre Blackman Bryan, worsened significantly on Monday when he was convicted of charges relative to the death of 3 persons in 2 separate incidents in 2017. Chief Justice Brian Sykes delivered the verdict in relation to the facilitation of Commissioner of the serious offense in the death of a man known as Dooley on Chancery Street in St. Andrew in August 2017, and the death of Jermaine Bryan and his girlfriend Cecilia Welder in Fishery in New Nursery in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, also in 2017. Bryan was also found guilty in relation to arson stemming from the FIREBOMBING of the couple's house after they were shot in bed. In total, Bryan has now been convicted of involvement in 5 deaths, including facilitating and the commissioner of, and don't know that already, of a man known as Outlaw in 2017, right at Lariston Crossing, and an unnamed Rastafarian deportee in 2018, aimed it all. Sykes hinted on Monday that the long-running gang trial could end on Tuesday relative to the handing down of all the verdicts. A total of 26 defendants remain on trial since the case got underway in September of 2021 in the Home Circuit Court in downtown Kingston. On Monday, Sykes said he was satisfied with the evidence that was mounted by the Crown relative to Bryan facilitating the commissioner of serious offense in the death of a supermarket worker identified as Dooley. Dooley, whose real name is Damian Forrester, was taken out in August 2017, reportedly because of his alleged association with the now then Tesha Miller-led faction of the Klangsman gang. The gun death occurred before a supermarket on Chancery Street in St. Andrew. Sykes said he was convinced that Bryan was instrumental in the provision of weapons and gangsters and all-over plan to take out Dooley. A former gangster turned state witness said there was 3 attempts to take out Dooley. When the second attempt failed, Bryan was reportedly lived and chattist the hitman. Uno call uno self Nakis and Clappis and can't even take out one man, the witness testified. Quote what Bryan had said. Evidence was presented that Dooley was eventually taken out near his workplace in August 2017. Sykes explained that though the defendant Jazeel Blake and Tamrick Taylor were not present on the night in question, they gave their support and demonstrated their willingness to take him out by traveling on the first and second field trip to take the man alive. He said that was consistent with them being a part of a criminal organization. Meanwhile, a former gangster turned state witness testified how Jermaine Bryan and Cecilia Wilder were taken out in the informal community called Fishery or New Nursery in Spanish Town during a search for a man known as Bubba Sparks. The man was said to be the top shooter for Tesha Miller faction of the Clangsman gang and a reported Don, or should I say a Don of Fishery. The witness said Andre Bryan, and other gangster, Tyree James, Dylan McLean, Jazelle Blake, Joseph McDermott, gathered behind a church on Jones Avenue before making their way to Fishery. The former gangster testified that seeing the same gangster when they arrived in the community, Sykes said he is satisfied that the witness saw the person he said he saw, as evidence suggested that there was significant lightning in Fishery where the former gangster said he saw them. The judge indicated that he was also satisfied by the evidence that was presented, which suggests that the man had gathered to eliminate Bubba Sparks. According to Sykes, it does not matter the role of the men on the night in question. He said what mattered was that it was a group of effort to eliminate a target. The judge said the men enabled the event by carrying bottle bombs and guns. At the end of his analysis, Sykes said Andre Bryan, McLean James, and Blake were found guilty of facilitating and also arson of a dwelling or a place. Thought McDermott was not named in court on the indictment. Sykes said evidence can be adduced to prove that he is a member of a criminal organization. The judge noted that McDermott voluntarily and deliberately presented himself at the church to commit a serious offense. Another former gangster turned state witness allegedly say that he saw defendant Brian Morris, Michael Whitley, and Fabian Johnson at the scene of a double knockings. But Sykes pointed out on prior occasion that no evidence of lighting was present to establish how the witness seen the men. Consequently, the judge found Morris, Whiteley, and Johnson not guilty on those counts and his indictment. However, Sykes was quick to point out that the evidence of the witness can still be used against them to establish whether they are members of a one-done gang of the Clangsman. At the close of Monday's proceedings, Sykes gave his declared signal yet that the end of the trial is so near. He said his expectation to wrap up the proceedings on Tuesday relative to the summation and the verdicts. A total of 33 defendants were on trial initially, but 6 have been freed of all charges due to insufficient evidence. Another defendant was taken out last year while being on bail. 7 of the remaining 26 defendants, have already been convicted of series of offense, including facilitating commission. So yes, man, my viewers, that's the thing there, you know. Right there, and then so no hear it for yourself, you know. Remember today is Tuesday. So what we have it for say now is that we can look out for hearsay. The verdicts handed down today, the case in today, or even more. A lot of things can happen in the case. Remember, 26 defendants leave on trial, and all 26 defendants is now charged. So the only thing left for them is give them sentence. Whether them are go jail for 20 years, one life imprisonment, or something of a sort. But do remember to stay tuned to the channel, because we have enough more for you, so just continue to watch, like, share, comment, and subscribe as we continue to follow the proceedings throughout the day. So right now, my viewers, popular TikTok Jabbas has bailed, condition, varied, and rape charges. Popular TikTok YouTube influencer Jabba had his bail convictions varied on Friday when he appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. An RAPE charges related to the alleged sexual assault of one of his reported close female family member, Jabba, whose real name is Nashane Finley, is also charged with indecent assault stemming from the same incident which allegedly occurred last September. The 28-year-old was initially ordered to report to police station in Kingston. However, that was amendment for him to report to the police station in St. Elizabeth 3 days per week. The case file in the matter remains incomplete. Finley had his 600,000 bail extended until April the 3rd, when the case is to be next mentioned in court. Finley was charged on January the 28th after a report was made to the Center of Investigation of Sexual Offense and Child Abuse, CISOCA, about the alleged rape and sexual assault that happened last year. Continue to like, share, comment, and subscribe as we give you more.